What do you prefer? Do you prefer to stay in the comfort of your house? Do you prefer to stay there lazy, never taking no risk at all, always doing what the society tells you to do? Or otherwise, do you prefer to take a risk into the project you want to get in life, into the dream you want to get in life, with the risk you will never get it, but at least you are going to be happy with yourself? You know what I mean? Like, I was thinking, a lot of people stay on the same position they are of for their entire lives because they never took risk. In reality, if you see their entire life, all their years, they never took risk. They always stay on the same job. They never took risk. They always stay party. They always stay with the same people all over again. They always stay lazy on the comfort zone. They never took risk. You know what I mean? Like, don't take me as an example, because I'm not the perfect example for you, but because I'm a very lazy person myself. You know, I'm a very lazy person myself, and sometimes I get into the comfort zone so much too. But not in YouTube, not in my project, not in my dream. You know what I mean? In my dream I am different. In my dream, it's like something inside me makes me work for it, you know? So it's kinda different because, yeah, I'm lazy and I am in the comfort zone for so many things, but not for my dream project, which is YouTube. YouTube is one of my biggest dreams. So you have to do the same. Yeah, I'm not telling you to be lazy like me. Being lazy is not good, you know? And honestly, I'm working on myself to not be lazy so much on a lot of stuff in my life, you know? But be passionate about your project in life, you know? Like I am myself with YouTube. Every time I get into YouTube, it's like I get into a whole other world, different from the entire society, from the entire earth. That's why I love YouTube, because it's my safe place, and also is my dream, and also it's a risk. Honestly, I love to risk. Since when I was 14 years old, you know, I always love to take risk, you know? Like, it's what I'm saying on the first minute of the video, where I said, what do you wanna stay? Do you wanna stay on the comfort zone all your life, or do you wanna take risk? Like, why people always think what could happen wrong? Why people always think and say everything that could happen wrong? Why people don't stop, think, realize what could happen if it goes well? You never thought about it. This is the mindset you need to have. You need to switch the mindset. You know, it's very simple. Why you don't think, instead of everything that could happen bad, that's why you stay on the comfort zone? Why instead of that you change your mindset and you think about everything that could happen good? That everything that, how much your life could change if you take the risk. This is so important. This is key, actually. This is so key right now that I'm telling you. This is so key. What could happen if you take the risk? What could happen good in your life? Because that's why people never take risk, because they think the opposite. That's why you need to switch your mentality, your mindset. That's why you need to change. Thanks to God, myself, I always were thinking into the good things could happen in your life if you take risk. That's why risk is important, and especially if you are in your 20s. You know, I am 25 years old, and never in your entire life, like, taking risk right now is going to be so cheap. So cheap. You know, it's not like taking risk when you are 40 years old, where you have a family, where you have to provide to your kids, where you have to provide to your family. No. When you are in your 20s, that's when you have to really risk. Because if it goes wrong, it's going to be so cheap. It's going to be so cheap. And the next day you are going to recover again. At the next day. Not like when you are 40 years old. That's when you cannot risk anymore. At the same level you can risk in your 20s. That's what I mean. You know? Because when you risk at 40s, it's going to be so expensive for you if it goes wrong. That's why right now you have to risk right now. You are so young. You are so young. I'm so young. That's why when people tell me, no, forget about YouTube, I'm never going to forget about YouTube. Never in my entire life. I love YouTube and I will always love YouTube all my life. And I'm taking the risk because I know it's cheap taking risk right now, because I don't have responsibilities like someone with kids, with a family, 40 years old. No. That's why I'm taking risks. That's why you need to take risk right now, because it's going to be so cheap. You are going to recover on the next day. You are going to recover. That's why taking risk right now is so important. You know? It's very important to take risk right now. When you are, especially in your 20s. I don't mean at your 40s you cannot take risk. Yes, you can take risk when you are in your 40s. Yes, you can, but it's not the same. It's not the same. Especially if you have a family, if you have to provide your family, your kids and everything. You know? Because one single step wrong, taking risk at that age, is going to be very expensive for you. It's going to cost you a lot to recover. Not like someone at their 20s, like my case, for example. That's what I mean. You know? So yeah, take risk. Take risk. Don't listen to anyone. You are at your 20s. Take risks as crazy. And think, what if it goes well? How much your life will be changing into the right path, into the path you want. You know? What could happen in your life if instead of thinking, no, because this could go wrong, because if I take this risk and it goes wrong, I don't know what to do with my life anymore, or whatever. Take risk. What if it goes well? What if this risk changes your life forever? Why you don't think that? Think that. That's why you need to take risk. That's why. That's why when people tells me all the time, no, you need to find the secure, you need to be safe. What do you mean you need to be safe? I am in my 20s. I don't have 47 years old for you to tell me this. You know what I mean? I am still young. I have to risk. I have to do the opposite that you are telling me. So yeah, that's the message I wanted to tell you, boys. Now you know how important is to take risk in your life, and how important is to actually see the entire thing. Like, don't only see what could happen wrong, you know? Change your mindset a little bit, switch a little bit, and think, what if it goes well? What if this risk I am taking is going to change my life forever? Think also this. I'm not telling you only think in the things that go well, no, because it could go wrong also, yeah. But change your mindset and also think it could go well also. So yeah, take risk and eventually you will see how success will come, yes or yes.